What's up guys, Dwayne here, and I'm here to do a vinyl update. I'm gonna call this one, let's see, an amazing stack of mint metal find, I guess. You'll see. Now, first off, before we get to that, real quick, an update on my contest. First of all, I want to say thanks to everyone that has posted a response so far. Killer responses. You know, I love seeing, you know, usually it's like, oh, that's already been shown, but I love seeing some of the same albums that have been shown, because a lot of those same albums that have been shown are some of my favorites as well. So it's good to know that there's such a fan base for some of these inner sleeves. I didn't originally post it in the video. I forgot. I went back and annotated it. So if you didn't catch it, and for those of you that are still thinking of doing a response, the deadline is December 5th, my birthday. So that gives us, I think I posted it on the 4th or 5th. I don't know. I can't remember now. So it's roughly a month, okay? So, okay, before I get into showing you the score, first off, in the background, Iron Savior. This is the self-titled album. I believe they have, I don't know how many they have, I want to say 4 or 5 maybe. This is just a killer 3-piece band, man. Good stuff. There's a track, the very first track on this CD is called The Arrival, and that's the track that I used for the medieval background music, I guess, for the Laz's Magic Beanie video I did a while back. So I had gotten some questions about that. Hey, where'd you find that music? Well, right here. Okay, so real quick, I want to show a couple of things that are not part of the main reason I'm doing this video. A couple of them are not metal, but it's a couple pieces that I want to reach out to the VC for, okay? The first thing is I found this in a dollar bin, and I had to buy it just for the jacket, okay? I do not have a copy of The Doors' Morrison Hotel. I know, okay? Let me explain. The reason is because every time I find that album, it's freaking thrashed, okay? So, I found this in a dollar bin, and I want to show it to you. Look how freaking mint this jacket is. It's the corners, okay? It's the back. Look how beautiful this is. This is real nice, heavy, thick textured cardboard. I'll show you the spine. Look at this. Just gorgeous, right? This is so nice. The gatefold, right? Watch this. That's as far as it opens. Okay, it's still nice and stiff. Look at this thing. Absolutely beautiful, okay? The vinyl, however, I don't know if it'll show up. There you go. You can kind of see it. See that big ass scratch going right through this record? Well, there's about 6 of those on here, okay? So this was in the dollar bin, but I had to buy it just because of the jacket. It's easily a 9.8, 9.9 out of 10. Beautiful. So, if anybody out there comes across, I mean, preferably a mint, obviously, but as close to mint as possible, copy of The Doors' Morrison Hotel, I need to find a vinyl for this jacket. Here's the label. Okay, this is Elektra, obviously. It's EKS 75007, and the dead wax matrix on side A is EKS 75007-A 1-MON and then it's got a little, like an A kind of shape with 14435. Okay, so if anybody out there can find me this vinyl, I don't care about the jacket, just the vinyl, I will finally have a mint copy of Morrison Hotel. So help me out, guys. And the original inner sleeve is in here as well, and also mint. And it's like, who the hell did this? I mean, why would you take such gorgeous care of your jacket and frickin' thrash the vinyl? I don't get it. So anyway, great find for $1. I also picked this up. I just wanted to share this with you guys. I don't know if anyone, I mean, I'm sure some people out there have seen this. I just thought it was cool. I have not listened to it yet. This is a CD called Us and Them Symphonic Pink Floyd. I have not listened to this yet, but the cover, it's a Roger Dean cover in a Yes font. I mean, look at this. Right? It's a Digipack style disc, and it does have a booklet in there as well. So I haven't listened to it yet. I know it's going to be good, but I just thought I'd show that. I just thought that was cool as hell. I mean, kind of deceiving though. It's Roger Dean and Yes style fontage on a Pink Floyd album. So, or, you know. Anyway, so that, and then the last thing I want to show, and this is the other thing where I want to reach out to the VC. I picked this cassette up amongst a pile of cassettes I had bought, and because I knew for a fact I didn't have this, and this is Practice What You Preach by Testament. Okay. Here's the deal. I think this was 10 cents or 25 cents. I didn't bother looking at it. I just pulled it, you know, as I'm pulling cassettes onto my stack. I get home and I flip it over. I don't know if you can see it, but look at that tape. Let me pull the tape. Looks like someone sat on it, you know. In fact, it'll probably play, but I mean, really, I mean, come on, look at this. It's toast. However, I didn't notice this. I open it up, and it's signed by the whole band. And I verified these signatures because I do have other signed Testament material that I personally got signed by Testament, and the signatures are exact. So, a very cool autographed copy of this cassette for 10 cents, 25 cents, but I need to replace the actual tape. So, if anyone out there has an extra or stumbles across this, this is the copy I'm looking for. I need a cassette for that. Okay, on to the vinyl. So basically, here's the story. This is what happened. My local record store, the Last Record Store, Jerry, Doug, Hoyt, if you guys ever watch, has a Facebook page, and I belong to that Facebook page. And the other night, I happened to glance at their Facebook page, which I rarely do. To be honest, it's usually either the VC Facebook or nothing at all. And I happened to look, and they had just posted, this was late at night, probably about 10 o'clock at night, they had posted a posting that said, stayed late after closing tonight, or no, it said, attention metalheads, stayed late at closing tonight to price a bunch of metal and put them in the bins, in the new arrivals bins. So be here early or you're gonna miss out. Shit, right? Well, I gotta work, you know, and so I thought, damn it, you know, and of course it's like in between paydays and everything, and I'm like, oh my God, I gotta go though. So I go flying down there, and I was standing out front of the store. I got there probably about 15 minutes before they opened, and another guy was already there, someone I had never met, and we didn't talk or anything, but I knew he was there, you know, for the metal. And because metal just does not show up around here, you know. I take that back, it does, but usually when it does, it's usually pretty beat up, or, you know, it's you know, I've already got it or whatever the case. And so basically they open the door. I walk in with this guy. We're the only two guys there. I walk in and this guy says, "Hey guys, where's all that metal you put out?" And I was like, fuck, I knew it, you know. However, while he's talking with them, I beeline for the new arrivals bins. Apparently, he hadn't been here before, so I go to the new arrivals bins, and sure enough, I start pulling, you know. And he sees that, he runs over, he starts on the other end, and he starts pulling. And basically what this stuff is, there's not a lot of obscure metal, you know, not a lot of like Metal Blade stuff or import stuff, things like that. It's all basically, you know, more of the mainstream metal. But here's the deal. The stuff is mint. I mean, mint, okay? Obviously all from the same collector. And this was obviously a collection that had been pulled. Now the cool part about this story is you would think in a situation like this, it would be very competitive, right? You know, it's like, you got to get through this as quick as you can before he gets it, right? Well, as we're sitting there digging, I glance over and I see him pull something, you know, and he glances over and he sees me pull something, and finally he goes, "Oh wow, you know, you found that, huh?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I was watching what you were pulling too." We started talking, and basically we said, "You know what? Let's just go through and pull everything we want, and then when we're done, we'll go over to the side, we'll compare our stacks, maybe we'll swap some of this stuff, right?" And that's exactly what we did. And the guy's name is Daniel. And Daniel, if you watch this, dude, it was a pleasure meeting you. I had a blast. We got to do it again. So that's what we did. You know, we both walked over with, you know, stacks about yay tall. And then it was like, "Oh, you got that? Oh, crap, I need that," you know. He's like, "Well, you got that and I need that." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll trade you," know. And we just kind of did that. And it was so cool to do that because, you know, you guys know how it is when you dig for vinyl, man. If you're digging elbow to elbow with someone or whatever, you know, you almost have to, like, you know, stay away from my shit, you know, leave me alone, back away, you know, just let me do my thing. And this was not that way. I thought it was going to be, but it turned out to be actually a very pleasurable experience, man. And we ended up having a lot of fun and met a very cool guy out of the deal. So I definitely had some cool stuff in my hands that I gave up, but for some cool stuff. So basically what I have is all this stuff is mint condition. I mean mint condition. Most of it was actually still in the shrink. And what I think this collector was, this is just my theory, just from based on going through the vinyl, is I think this guy would buy an album, cut the shrink, play the album, record it to cassette or something, put it back in the jacket, and that was it. Okay? Because this stuff looks unplayed, you know, so I'm thinking played once, whatever. Okay? So basically what is here is a bunch of Sabbath, a bunch of Ozzy, some Maiden, a bunch of Kiss, and a couple other pieces. So I'm just going to start. Now, all of the Sabbath material is all of the later Warner Brothers pressings, okay? The white label Warner Brothers. They are all those pressings, but these things are mint. Most of the stuff I have removed from the shrink wrap, okay? Some of it I left in, but the shrink wraps, you know how they start peeling away or they get loose or whatever. So if the shrink wrap wasn't good enough to leave on, I took it off, okay? Okay, I'm just going to start no particular order. I mean, by band, obviously, but no particular order. So I will open it up with Black Sabbath's first album. And I mean, these things are dead mint. Dead mint. Vinyl and jacket and inner sleeve. All of these have been placed in my poly-lined inner sleeves that I like to use also. So, Sabbath's first. Paranoid. And like the Morrison Hotel I just showed you, all of the gatefolds are the same way. You know, they've been in shrink all this time, so they're still nice and tight, you know what I mean? For example, here, look at the spine. You know, I mean, they're just so cherry. So Paranoid. Now, of course, a lot of these albums I have, you know, but you don't run into something like this, okay? When something like this falls on you, you just do it. Master of Reality. Volume 4. Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. Sabotage. Sold Our Soul to Rock and Roll. And then I'll move on to the Ozzy material. All of the Ozzy stuff, these are all first issues. First pressings, first issues. Blizzard. I don't know how many copies of this I have now. Diary. Speak of the Devil. Just seeing this stuff still in the shrink wrap and mint condition just blew my mind. This is one that is a total upgrade. I've been trying to upgrade I have 2 copies of this, now 3. I've been trying to upgrade this for so long to a near mint copy, and I settled for a mint one instead, and that's Bark at the Moon. This one I didn't have on vinyl at all, and this has been on my list for so long. I am so happy to have this. This is one that I left the shrink on. I'm debating whether or not to take it off. It's such a tough album to find. No Rest for the Wicked. But you can see where the shrink is starting to, you know, get a little teary there. I might take the shrink off, I'm not sure. But I've been after this for so long, so I'm so happy to finally have that. My boys. Okay, now, when it comes to Maiden, in case anybody ever questions or asks, I know Dustin's hit me up a couple times, I do not part with Maiden. I just don't do it. I've had my Maiden material stolen from me before. I do not trade it. I do not give it away. If I see it, I buy it. That's just how I am with Maiden. This is a first album, obviously, but this is a Rainbow Columbia label pressing. I have a Japanese pressing, I have a Harvest pressing, I have an EMI pressing, you know. But these are absolutely dead mint. Most of my Maiden material is. But, you know, when you see these, you just don't let them go. Killers. Peace of Mind. I mean, these things are so just ridiculously beautiful. In fact, my Peace of Minds, I mean, all my Maiden stuff, it's tough sometimes, you know, because I always like to, when I play just to play them, I try to pull like my the bottom copy, I guess, you know, which is tough because they're all so nice, and so getting more of these are like, shit, you know, I gotta make sure I shelve them right, so I always pull the, you know. Okay, so that was the 3 Maiden albums. I wish they had a Number of the Beast, but they didn't. Okay, these. Moving on to the Kiss stuff now. These I've been needing to upgrade for a long time. I had them. They were corner cut. I actually traded them in on this stack. They were the corner cut ones. They did not have the posters. They had seen better days. I now have mint copies of these. 2 of them have the posters. But these were still in the shrink, and as a matter of fact, I will insert a photo of them in the shrink, but I took the shrink off because the shrink was just too loose. But it's the solo albums, and here's the photo of them in shrink. Okay, and so back, and this is them, you know, all blaked up out of the shrink. Peter Criss. I mean, look at these corners, man. These things are just absolutely beautiful. They are still totally, you know what, let me take this out. Because they were still in their shrink, you know, the black is still so glossy. Look at that. See how shiny that is? Just beautiful. And they, the ones that have the posters are Ace and Paul. So my Peter does not have a poster, and neither does the Gene Simmons. So there's Ace. Paul. Oh, back to the Ace. I have to share this with you guys. See this here? Okay. When I opened this one up and you know, pulled the vinyl out and everything, the original receipt was still in the album. And it was, I don't know if you can see the date, it was purchased January 12th, 1979. And it was $4.99. With tax came to $5.24, and he paid with $6 cash. So I just thought that was cool. That old receipt was still in there, so I'm leaving it in there just for nostalgia, you know. Actual receipt from when this album was bought brand new. Okay, the Gene. And then this one has been on my list for so long, and particularly this cover. And to find this mint, I was so excited. Creatures of the Night. What did I want to say about that? I don't remember now. Anyway, Creatures of the Night, finally. Animalize. Asylum. This one I left the shrink on. It was still really nice and tight. And wait a minute, I'm missing one. Oh, there it is. A UK import pressing of the 12-inch for Tears Are Falling, and this is on Vertigo. Absolutely minty mint. This has Tears Are Falling. On the A side, the B side is Heaven's on Fire Live and Any Way You Slice It. And then, how about an instant mint Ace Frehley collection? Frehley's Comet. This is on Megaforce Worldwide Atlantic. Second Sighting. And Live Plus One. Okay, and then this has just the slightest bit of ring wear, but this is an original pressing on Roadrunner. This is an original Roadrunner pressing and I needed this really bad. UK import for Show No Mercy by Slayer. Beautiful copy. Beautiful copy. You can see there just a little bit. Just a little bit. Dead Mint vinyl. And then I picked this up as well, and this is a 9.9 out of 10. This album, I've never heard this album. I've never heard this band. And this album blew my freaking mind. This is Sound Barrier, Speed of Light. The cover, it's kind of lame. The cover art, it's all right. You know what I mean? It's just all right. Okay, but this is on Metal Blade, and this is a U.S. pressing. My God, what an album, man! What an album! This is from 1986. God, that was such a good year. You know, 86 and Metal Blade was a good year. But this band, two black guys, one white guy, and one mulatto guy. And you would never, you know, kind of like Living Color, man. If you didn't know, you wouldn't know. These guys frickin' rock, man. And I'm not sure who's who, okay, other than the guitar player. Obviously, that's the vocalist. I'm not sure which one's the bass player, but let me tell you something. This bass player, this album, oh my God. Oh my God. I've got to research this more because the bass player fucking smokes, man. I mean, holy shit. But this album is badass. So if you ever see this, oh my God, man. Oh my God. That's all I gotta say. Look it up. You can find it on YouTube. Look up the track Speed of Light, okay? The title track. And just give it a listen. Oh my God. Loved it. And that was the last out of that particular find. I'm just going to show two more LPs that I just picked up today. One which needs no introduction. One I didn't have in the collection and I needed. And I was so happy to find it. I think it's an original pressing. It's on the Skyscraper Mercury label. Bad Reputation by Thin Lizzy. And this one has, I have a few albums with this, that CRC sticker. And if I'm not mistaken, that's an early Columbia Record Club notification, you know, before they actually started printing their own jackets. I believe that's what that is. I don't think Dr. Deadwax watches my metal videos too much, but Doc, if you happen to watch this, maybe you can confirm that, or if someone knows, let me know. But absolute beautiful copy of this. And then this I picked up strictly on the cover going, what the hell is this? And this is a private press, jacket made in Canada. It's manufactured by Caligula Records through Sonic Arts in San Francisco, California. This is 1988, and the name of the album is Praised for Their Music, Damned for Their Lyrics, and the band is Sin. And when I got this home, I put this on and played this, and this kind of on a merge between hard rock and metal, kind of right in between there. Really, really good. I knew nothing about this. I've not researched it yet. I don't know anything about it, but it was killer. Played both sides all the way through. Absolutely killer. It has there's no photos of the band. It has strictly a lyric sheet with a big circle with a line through it, no God or whatever. And the label is here, and on the back it has that same emblem. I don't know how rare this is, but it was really good. Really, really good. I think I paid $3 for this. Killer album. So if you guys, the guys that are into hard rock and metal, which you are if you're watching this video, if you find this, buy it. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's it. What am I at here? Oh, I don't know. You know, sometimes my camera, if you see a cut in my video, my camera will, this is why I need to get a new camera. My camera will be filming, and all of a sudden it stops and makes the file and then starts a new file all on its own. I don't know why it does that. So if you ever see cuts in my videos, those are not on purpose. That's where my camera ended the file and then it started another file. So anyway, hopefully it's all there. That's my update. Looking forward to more responses in my contest. So let me know when you put one up if you don't do it as a video response. Peace, stay in the groove, and I'll see you in the next one.